Hello, my name is Bethany Bauer. Today our guest is Joseph Welcome. What is the title of your book?
3 Young Pilgrims.
Who is the author?
Cheryl Harness.
Tell us what your book is about.
Well, it's about the pilgrims traveling on the Mayflower to get to America. And there's kids on the boat. Some of the kids are looking for mermaids and pirates, but they most of all are trying to see land. On the ship, they had some rooms were bad, they smelled bad, and then somebody yelled, "'Tis America!" And no, they yelled, "Land ho! 'Tis America!" And the "'Tis America!" And then they landed the next day. And then when they got there, it was very cold, and the winters were cold and bitter. Some of the grown-ups were getting sick, and some of them died. And some of the some grown-ups were some of the pilgrims were in the Mayflower. Then some of the men were on land, building shelter as fast as they can. And soon spring came, and soon an Indian came and greeted him. He said, "Welcome, Englishmen. My name is Samoset." And then after that, Samoset and Squanto came to help the pilgrims plant corn and other vegetables. And then the pilgrims were making a feast to have with the Indians to say thank you, which is the first Thanksgiving. So, and then at the feast they played games. One of the games was to see who was the fastest. And soon after, kind of in the summer, 2 other ships came over, the Anne and the Little James. Some families were reunited.
Did you like it? Why?
I liked the book because I wanted to learn some things that I haven't learned about pilgrims and how they came to America and stuff.
Would you recommend it to other 3rd graders?
Yes, I would recommend it to all 3rd graders.
Thank you for watching Looks at Books. Bye. Hello, my name is Erin Khan, and today our guest is Bethany Bauer. What is the title of your book? Super Fudge. Who is the author? Judy Bloom. Tell us a little about your book. Well, there's this kid named Peter, and his mother just tells him she's going to have a baby girl, and he gets angry, and he has a little brother named Fudge that does really, really crazy stuff, and then Peter finds out that they're going to move, and then Peter and Fudge are in the same class, and Peter finds this new friend, and on the first day of school, Fudge causes a lot of trouble, and their little sister's name is Tamara Roxanne, but they call her Tootsie. And Fudge causes a lot of trouble, and Fudge gets a friend, has a friend named Daniel, and they run away from home, Daniel and Fudge, and they have two pets. Peter has a pet named Turtle, and it's a dog, and Fudge has a pet named Uncle Feather, and it's a bird. And then at the end, they happily decide to move back to New York.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it was very interesting, and I really like the family members' relationships.
Would you recommend it to other third graders?
Well, there's kind of I didn't really read it, and there was probably a couple hard words in it. So, but if their moms read it to them, yes, I would.
Thank you for looking at Looks at Books. Bye. Hello, my name is Jake Lee, and today our guest is Emery Khan. What is the title of your book?
Amber Brown Sees Red.
Who is the author?
Paula Danziger.
Tell us about what your book is about.
There's this girl named Amber Brown, and her parents are divorced. And she knows her dad is coming to town, and she knows that her parents have really big fights on the phone. So what she tries to do is, when she looks in the mirror to see if she's getting tall, and she said, I'm beginning to get a growing spurt. So what she does is try to look older. She tells her mom that she hates her hair and she wants to cut it. And since she has ponytails, she thinks she looks like a baby. And when she comes downstairs, her mom says, I think you look cute. But she says, I look like a baby. So her mom takes her to the barber shop, and she gets all her hair washed. And while she waits, all the water comes and drips down her back. And when the barber comes and cuts her hair, he says, trust me, your hair will be fine. So when he cuts her hair, and then when she realizes it's too short, she yells, stop. And then when she comes home, she says, I ate my hair a lot of times. And she goes up to her room and she tells herself that she's never going to come out of her room again.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's really funny, and once you read it, she has so much details. When she talks, you could read her mind.
Would you recommend it for other third graders?
Yes.
Thank you for watching Looks at Books. Hello, my name is Joseph Welcome, and today our guest is Jake Lee. What is the title of your book? Horrible Harry and the Purple People. Who is the author? Susie Klein. Tell us what your book is about. Harry, he finds a ruler and it has purple people on it, and someone thinks it's monsters, but he says it's purple people, and he says they're real, and people don't believe him, but his classmates don't believe him. But one kid in his class named Dexter said he heard about him before, and he said there's a song to it. And then a girl named Mary said, I really don't believe him. And then they all sat down, and then the teacher said they're gonna have a tea party on Friday, and it's the last day of school, or the day before. And so then Harry says, I'll show you one at the tea party. So then Mary said okay. And then when it was time for the tea party, first Harry, he was gonna pour some tea for somebody. It was grape juice, and he was standing up, and somebody was sitting down, and then he poured it on somebody's head, and then somebody thought he was gonna do that, and then Mary said, I was gonna meet one of the purple people. So then she didn't really meet one. He said I'm one of them or something. So then they just shook hands, and she didn't really meet one of the purple people. Did you like it? Yeah, I thought it was fun reading it.
Who are the characters?
Harry, Dexter, Mary, and Songli.
Why did you like it?
I liked it because, reading it was fun.
Would you recommend it to other third graders?
Yeah. I think other third graders should read it.
Thank you for looking at Looks at Books. See ya.
Hello, my name is Christian Guintanella. Today our guest is Grant Connors. What is the title of your book?
The title of my book is Flat Stanley.
Who is the author?
Jeff Brown.
What is your book about?
My book is about a kid who has a bulletin board in his room, and one day it falls on him, and his parents come to see him, and he became flat, and then he helped other people by his mom dropped her ring in a sewer, and he went down to get it, and there were art thieves, and he hid in a picture frame dressed up like a piece of art and caught the people when they were trying to steal the most expensive art in the world.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Why?
I thought it was really cool.
Do you think other third graders would like it?
A little bit.
Thank you for watching Looks at Books.
Hello, my name is Grant Connors. Today our guest is Christian Quintanilla. What is the title of your book?
Birdie's Picture Day.
Who is the author?
Pat Brisson.
Tell us a little bit about your book.
It's about this boy named Birdie, and his picture day is about to come up. He has a loose tooth, and one day his friend Howard throws a ball at his mouth and it falls out, and he's happy and he gets some silver dollars from the tooth fairy. And after that, the next day I think, his friend Howard called him to see if he wanted to go play a kickball game, and he said that he would. So, and then his sister wanted to play, so he didn't want her to, but his mom said that he had to let her, so then they wouldn't have played. Then on one of the plays that they had, his sister was batting and he was at first base, and she kicked it and she started running, and they gave it to him, and they both came running for the base, and they hit heads, and Birdie got a black eye. And after that, when at night his sister's friend mom came in. She was a barber, and she wanted to be one too, so she wanted to comb Birdie's hair, cut it, and he said no, but then he let her comb it, and it hurt a lot, and he said it hurt a lot. Then he started reading comics, and he fell asleep, and his sister came in his room and started cutting his hair. And then he woke up, and he didn't look that good. And then the next day was his picture day. He liked it a lot, and a little bit after 3 weeks later, he sent that to his grandpa and grandma, and he looked good, and he sent it.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a nice book, and it's interesting. There's a lot of good parts in it.
Do you think other third graders would like to read this book?
Yeah, I think they would.
Bye.
Hello, my name is Nicole Capsalis. Today our guest is Caitlin Backus. What is the title of your book?
Nothing Fair in 5th grade.
Who is the author?
Martha D. Clement.
Tell us about your book.
Well, there's these 3 friends, Jenny, Shannon, and Diane, who get a new girl in their class. Her name's Elsie, and they don't like her at first since she's always being mean to everyone. And she steals people's lunch money to buy candy, and so everyone didn't like her. And then they were getting to become really good friends at the end of the book. And then they since she was getting in trouble a lot, she might not be able to go to 6th grade there. But then the principal said that she was allowed to go to 6th grade, so they were all really happy.
Did you like it?
Why? Because it teaches you a lesson. Don't judge anybody about how they look.
Do you think other 3rd graders would like it? That was Looks at Books. Bye.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Backus. Today our guest is Kiat Doug. Kiat, what's the title of your book?
Polar the Titanic Bear.
Who's the author?
Daisy Corning.
What is the book about?
It is about a bear that tells another story about the Titanic when it first shipped out to sea and its master, and he was recently found in a trunk of family treasures.
Did you like it?
Very much.
Why?
Because it tells another. Oh, great. Because it has interesting facts, and it teaches you about the Titanic at the same time.
Would you recommend other 3rd graders to read this book?
Yes.
Thank you for watching Looks Like Books. Bye.
Hello, my name is Kiat Zhang. Today our guest is Kishan Patel. So Kishan, what is the title of your book?
Transformers Insecticons Attack.
Who's the author?
Lynn Beach.
Tell us what your book is about.
This takes place at the Autobots base. They are testing a new invention that a kid named Ratchet fixed, and the Autobots didn't need fuel for 1 hour with the sun pack. The tester was Ironhide. While they was testing it, there was a Insecticon watchout there. He reported to Decepticon leader Megatron. He told Starscream to attack the base, steal the sunpack, or take the inventor hostage. So Starscream took off. The Autobots found him on their radar, so he attacked. Ratchet thought he was going to be taken hostage. Well, Starscream did take him hostage. Well, he created a tunnel, because that was the only way out for the Autobots. When they got there, Starscream was following them, so Mirage destroyed his wing with his razor rifle. Ratchet was in that wing, so Bumblebee got him out safely. When Starscream returned to base, Megatron wasn't really happy with him, so he wasn't able to go on any mission he has to go with some other people to help him. So the Autobots cheered for a lot. The next day, Megatron sent out his troops to attack the Autobots, but Optimus Prime didn't let that happen. He sent out poison bombs at their base so they couldn't come.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Why?
It was pretty fun and adventurous in action.
What was your favorite part in it then?
When Mirage took out Starscream.
Would you recommend other children to read this book?
I think so.
Hi, my name is Kat Zung, and this is our show. Bye.
Hello, welcome to Looks at Books. My name is Keshan Patel, and today our guest is Phil Manel. What's the title of your book?
The Case of Hermie the Missing Hamster.
Who is the author?
James Preller.
Can you tell a little bit about the book?
There's this kid named Jigsaw. He has his office in the treehouse, and this kid came up in his office, and then he said, "I'm missing my hamster." And then he said, "Where did you have it first?" And he said that when in the morning he seen it and then he didn't see his hamster, and he said there's this kid named Jigsaw Jones. He's a detective, and this kid named Wingnut came to his treehouse, and he called his assistant person, which was named Milla, and Milla helped him solve the cases, and he said that he's missing his hamster, and he said, "When did you first see it?" He said, "When he was in his room." And then they checked everywhere, and at the end of the book, Milla was allergic to fur, and she fell to the ground, and then she was sneezing like heck, and And then when she went by the closet, they opened the closet and seen Hermie, and then he had babies, and she had babies.
Did you like this book?
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to other third graders?
Yes.
This has been Looks at Books. Bye.
Hello. This is Book Looks at Books. My name is Phil Manel. Today our guest is Brad Reynolds. What is the title of your book?
It's Captain Underpants and the invasion of the incredibly naughty cafeteria ladies.
Who's the author?
Dave Pilkey.
Tell us what your book is about.
It's about these two kids that like draw comics and things, and they drew some about the old lunch ladies, so they quit, and the new lunch ladies were aliens, and they had disguises on, and they came in, and when they made the lunch, when the kids entered the lunch room, when they were entering, they were completely normal, but when they came out, they were as like zombie nerds, and then they tried to take over the world with them, and they put Captain Underpants and George and Harold in prison in their spaceship, but there was like this exploding juice and this like rapid growth juice thing, and they switched the labels and it exploded the spaceship, and they swung out on some toilet paper, and that's really it.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
Why?
I think it's really funny.
Would you recommend other third graders to read it?
Yes,
Why?
because I think they would have fun reading it.
Thank you for Looks at Books. Bye.
Hello, my name is Brad Reynolds. Today our guest is Maria Calkins. What is the title of your book?
Samantha's Blue Bicycle.
Who is the author of your book?
Valerie Tripp.
Tell us a little about your book.
Well, it's about Samantha getting a blue bicycle from her Uncle Gard and her Aunt Cornelia. And her grandma's really scared she will get hurt and fall off the bike. And so one day they went to the park, and then Samantha was riding her bike and she got stuck and caught. She fell in the water in a puddle, and she got all wet, and she was crying that she couldn't ride her bicycle. And when she got home, she didn't want to ride it no more, but her grandma wanted to help her. So her grandma bought these new pants so she could wear them and ride the bicycle. So when she hopped on the bicycle, she knew how to ride and stuff, and her Uncle Gard and Cornelia took her to the park again for a picnic. And when she was riding, she didn't fall in the water no more. She came back home, and then she said, "Thanks, Grandma, that was a helpful thing to do."
Did you like it?
Yes,
Why?
because I liked because it was about Samantha's blue bicycle, and I have like sort of a little blue bicycle for one of my American Girl dolls and stuff.
Would you recommend it to other third graders?
Yes, I would.
Why?
because maybe they would like it and they maybe want to practice riding a new bicycle.
Thank you for watching Looks at Books. Bye.
Hello, my name is Maria and our special guest is Derek. We're looking at Looks at Books. What is your author's name?
Judith Stamper.
What's the title of your book?
Magic School Bus Penguin Puzzle.
Tell us about your book.
It's about 8 children, and Miss Frizzle and Uncle Cecil. They go to Antarctica, and it was getting dark, so then they set up camp, and then in the morning, Uncle Cecil was gone, so then Miss Frizzle told the children to go and look for Uncle Cecil, and when they were looking for them, they found some penguins. And then Uncle Cecil had his briefcase open, and he was about to put his secret formula on himself. So then a penguin bumped him, and he spilled it all over the children, so the children turned into penguins. And then they waddled away and doing penguin stuff. And then they couldn't find the children. And then Phoebe did something really cool that was called the porpoise. And then this one girl penguin told Arnold to take care of her eggs, and then the eggs hatched, and then Uncle Cecil turned himself into a penguin to find the children. And then they found the children, and then the mother penguin took over the eggs, and then they were going home, and Uncle Cecil noticed that there's feathers all over the floor, and then they're turning back into people.
Who are the characters?
I don't know all the names.
Okay. Why did you like it?
Because I learned a lot of stuff.
Thanks for looking at Looks at Books. Bye.
Welcome to Looks at Books. Hi, my name is Derek Kalmine, and today we're here with Chris France. What's the title of your book?
Godzilla Ate My Homework.
Who's the author?
Marcia Jones.
What is your book about?
It's about a boy named Parker, his parents, his sister Margaret, his best friend Cindy, and his teacher Mr. Morris. Parker wants a guinea pig, and he convinces his parents to get him one, and they get a guinea pig and name him Godzilla. And Godzilla's a nice pet, but he likes to chew. He ate some mail, a phone message, Mom's grocery list, and a $100 bill. But worst of all, Godzilla ate Parker's homework, and Mr. Morris punished him by not letting him have recess. So Parker's dad said maybe they should take Godzilla back to the pet store, but Mr. Morris calls and says maybe they should take Godzilla to his classroom for a class pet, and that's what they did. Parker was really happy.
Did you like this book?
Yeah, a lot.
Why?
It was really funny, and I think it was a fun book to read.
Would you think other children would like to read this book?
Yeah, I think so, because I bet they would think it's really funny too.
Well, bye.
Hi, welcome to Looks at Books. I'm Chris Franz, and today our special guest is Jimmy Nugent. What is the title of your book?
The Berenstain Bears and the T-Rex Bones.
Who is the author?
Jan and Stan Berenstain.
Can you tell us about the book?
This book is about like 5 kids watching 2 big bears making fake dinosaur bones to sell it to the museum to make some money. And so they went to a bear named Zoltan Bear's house, and then they started making fossils. The next day they buried the fossils, and then they were being watched by kids on a field trip. And then when the kids left, the bears knew that they were being watched, and so they talked to the little kids' parents about this, and then the kids were grounded from playing outside for 1 week, and then they sold it, and then the bears sold the bones to the museum for $300, and then the kids said that the bones were melting because the sun was directly shining at the bones. And then so all the bears were arrested, and Bear Town lived happily ever after.
Did you like the book?
Yes,
Why?
because I think it's kind of funny and interesting.
Do you think other third graders would like it?
Yes, I think, because I think they should read this so they could have a fun time.
Thanks for watching Looks at Books. Bye.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Nugent, and welcome to Looks at Books. And today our guest is Adam Zika. What is the title of your book?
Princess Sora and the Long Sleep.
Who's the author?
Gail Curson.
Tell us about a little of your book.
It's about this one born fairy named Soran. That there's Soran. And she was born in Bridal of Castle, and the fairyland is called Kingdom of Bridal. And this one guy named King Humphrey II said this girl, this Soran, should go to another castle named Korean Castle and get married to this one other guy named Prince Melvin the 20th. But Soran didn't want to. She wanted to stay in her own castle. And Queen Hummerine II said she could stay at Bridal of Castle. And when she was trying to pack up to see what she was looking for, she was trying to look for her cup that was missing. She found a spire, and Soran heard it. The queen ran down the hallway and Soran ran the other way, and they almost crashed into each other. And so Prince Melvin the 20th came to Bridal Castle, and then King Humphrey changed his mind, so Soran could stay at Bridal Castle. That's mostly at the end of the story.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it was really cool and funny, and it showed you the kingdom of the fairyland.
Would you recommend it to other third graders?
Yes.
This was Looks at Books. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hello, my name is Adam Zika. Today our guest is Jacob Pearson. What is the title of your book?
Stage Fright on a Summer Night.
Who is the author? Mary Pope Osborne.
Tell us what your book is about.
Well, they had to find a special magic, Jack and Annie, and they had to go over the London Bridge. So then this guy comes up and said, we need help with our stage because they had a play. And so Jack said, no thank you, but then Annie said, no, I know what he wants. He just wants me and him to go on stage. But the man says, no girls could go on stage, that's a law. So they go on stage, and Annie had to tuck her hair in to look more like a boy, and Jack had to read a few paragraphs, and Annie, she added a little dance to hers. And then after the play was done, they were gonna bow, but Annie was missing, and Jack ran out the stage door, and Annie was running into the bushes, and Jack yelled, come on, it's almost time to bow. So then they went on stage, and they bowed, and then Will came up and says, the most important person in this stage is Queen Elizabeth. And Jack and Annie, the whole stage said, everyone in the theater said, long live Queen Elizabeth, and Jack and Annie did the same. So then they looked at her teeth, and they were all black because she was eating too much sugar. So then they went outside, and Jack and Annie went out into the bushes, and then Jack saw a bear that was there in disguise of a person, and so the owner of it said, give me back my bear, really loud. And then Will comes out of the bushes and said, actually I'll buy the bear from you. So they got the bear, and then Will takes him on a boat ride, and then they started talking, and Jack said, are you a famous writer? And Will said, yes, I am. So then they went back in their time, and then they found the magic, which was theater magic.
Who are the characters?
Jack and Annie.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like how they travel a lot in the treehouse and all their adventures.
Would you recommend it to other third graders?
Yeah.
This is Looks at Books. Bye.
Hi, my name is Jacob Peterson. Welcome to Looks at Books. And our guest today is Kelsey Great. What is the title of your book?
Kids Home Run.
Who is the author?
Valerie Tripp.
Tell us a little about your book.
It's about when Kid hits a home run, and when she slides into home, all the runners came home. So then, she was safe, but when the catcher almost tagged her, her lip started bleeding because it knocked her lip. And so then when she came home, she forgot that her family was at the bank. So then it was only Mrs. Howard. And so Mrs. Howard put a rag on her lip, and so she said she would need stitches, so she went to the hospital to get stitches. And there was a little wait, so then they went to the hospital, the shop next door, and Mrs. Howard took the rag and rinsed it out of the flowers. and so and Mr. Hofstadter owner the shop and Kit were both watching, and Kit asked, Kit thought of a brainstorm, and she asked, who takes care of the flowers? And he said, her wife used to, but no, she's home with the baby for 2 weeks now. And so she said, Mrs. Howard could take the job, and so she did. And Mr. Hofstadter said, I won't be able to pay you unless it's $2 enough. And Mrs. Howard said yes. And she was surprised because it was during the Depression.
Did you like it?
Yes, I did.
Why?
I did because I thought I had a lot of things going on at once, in one day almost. And so, and it had really cool characters' names like Kit and Sterling, and I thought it was a great book.
Would you recommend it for other third graders?
Yes, I would recommend it for second graders and first graders and other people because it's a really good book.
Thank you for watching Looks at Books. Bye.
Hello, my name is Kelsey Gray. Today our guest is Nicole Casas. What is the title of your book?
The Friendship.
Who is the author?
Mildred D. Taylor.
Tell us a little about your book.
The book is about 4 friends, and their names are Low Man, Cassie, Stacy, and Christopher John. And they're not allowed to go into Wallace's store, and their Aunt Callie called them because she had a really bad headache, and so they had to go in Wallace's store, and when they went in, Low Man saw like something like shiny belt buckles, and Low Man loves shiny things, and he touched it, and then one of the guys said, I have to shine that again because you touched it, and then Low Man said, they ain't dirty, they clean, and then they kept on arguing about that, and then finally Stacy came over and said, we want some had medicine, and so they gave it to them, and when they gave it to Aunt Callie, and when they were going home, they saw Mr. Tom B, and there was a friend, and he was going to Wallace's store to get some tobacco, and when he went in there, he said he couldn't have tobacco because he wasn't allowed to, and so then Mr. Tom B called the manager of the store, and he said and he gave it to him, and then Mr. Tom B started talking to the 4 friends, and Mr. Tom B went back to the store because he forgot something, and but he came out, and the manager was still there, and since they were black people, they had to say like Mr. John because that was the name of the manager, but he said John, and so he said, could I get, I don't remember what he wanted, but he wanted something, and he said, could I get it? And he said John, and he gave it to him, and when he was walking out, the manager shot Mr. Tom B in the knee, and then he said he had to do that because he couldn't talk to him like that, and
then Mr. Tomby just walked away.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's about like it shows how black people were mistreated back then. And it was a really good book.
What do you think other third graders and other grades would like this book?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's a really good book and it's not a hard book, so it'll be easy to understand.
I'm Kelsey Grant and this is Nicole Craft's House. Thanks for watching Those Sad Books. Bye.